Nigeria because it's the mind that needs to first of all be rebranded.
Idris said he's going to be putting Nigerian labor, Nigeria content and materials first.
If you say Nigeria first and it is just us down here that, are pushing that agenda, it's going to be a big struggle.
Do you think Nigerian firms, Nigerian organizations should start looking at getting their staff involved in this market or buying to keep for their staff?
Within this side, let's also learn citizen diplomacy. See something. This is Souq business landscape.
Hello and welcome to Souq Business Landscape, your weekly deep dive into the world of business, the evolving economy, and the forces shaping development across industries and nations. Each episode, we break down trends, challenges, and innovations that drive market and move societies forward. I am Olumide Shokoya. Of course, we are the three horsemen, starting from my right. I would not call him the extreme left, but I will call him Souq John Rogers. Glad to have you.
Thank you very much, Olumide. It's a beautiful Thursday, and we are here. Thank you.
All right, as Souq would refer to him, the fair one, but I refer to him as the gentleman.
Thank you very much.
Oyinpriye
Krumale. I'm glad rather to be in your face again. I'm glad we're moving towards Friday.
All right, glad we're moving towards Friday. Now let's take a look at the key highlight for today's discussion. We join the world in observing the International Day for Criminal Justice, a day set aside not just to commemorate progress, but to confront the tough questions that still plague the legal system across the globe. And on this International Day for Criminal Justice, we ask an urgent question. Is justice in Nigeria still a luxury, or has it become a right within reach? For many ordinary citizens, the justice system feels distant, delayed, or even dangerous. Whether it's awaiting trial behind bars for months or navigating a legal system, they can't afford the justice gap. The justice gap, rather, remains wide and wounding. Also, today we explore the reforms meant to close the gap, from the Police Act 2020 to the Administration of Criminal Justice, ACJA, and prison decongestion efforts. Are these reforms changing lives or simply decorating policy documents? Then we zoom out to the broader economy. Nigeria's inflation rate is down to 22.22%. Yes, the lowest in over a year. But can Nigerians actually feel the relief, or are prices still hunting kitchen tables and market stalls? Meanwhile, the federal government is doubling down on fish production, trying to wean Nigeria off costly imports. But can the promises of policy innovation and aquaculture programs solve deep-rooted problems in agriculture, from storage to financing? And across the globe, President Trump, yes, always in your face, is withdrawing the rules of global trade with sweeping tariffs and tough negotiations. With these ripple effects reach Africa's shores, disrupting exports or creating new opportunities. From the courtroom to the market store, from the riverbank to international trade tables, we connect the dots, ask tough questions, and spotlight stories behind the headlines. We'll go on a short break, and when we come back, we dive in. Stay tuned.
Take Nigeria because it's the mind that needs to first of all be rebranded.
Idris said he's going to be putting Nigerian labor, Nigeria content and materials first.
If you say Nigeria first and it is just us down here that, are pushing that agenda, it's going to be a big struggle.
Do you think Nigerian firms, Nigerian organizations should start looking at getting their staff involved in this market or buying to keep for their staff?
Within this side, let's also learn citizen diplomacy. See something. This is Souq business landscape.
Anthony Onyemaechi Elumelu was born on the 22nd of March 1963 in Jos, North Central Nigeria, to Susanna and Dominic Elumelu, originally from Delta State. Tony earned a degree in economics from Ambrose University, where he laid the foundation for his future career, and then furthered his education at the University of Lagos, where he obtained a master's degree in economics. His academic journey also includes attending the Harvard Business School, where he completed the Owner of President Management program, equipping him with advanced business management skills. Tony currently serves as the chairman of Heirs Holdings, Transcorp, and United Bank for Africa (UBA), demonstrating his significant influence in the banking and investment sector. He founded the Tony Elumelu Foundation, which aims to empower African entrepreneurs through comprehensive training, mentorships, and funding opportunities. In addition to his professional achievements, he's also a family man, married to Dr. Adele Vivian Elumelu, and together they have 7 children. In 2020, his efforts were acknowledged when he was named one of Time's 100 most influential people in the world. Anthony Elumelu's net worth is estimated to be around $700 million, a testament to his successful ventures and strategic investments. Elumelu continues to be a driving force in the business world, advocating for sustainable economic growth and empowering the next generation of African entrepreneurs.
Idris said he's going to be putting Nigerian labor, Nigeria content and materials first.
If you say Nigeria first and it is just us down here that, are pushing that agenda, it's going to be a big struggle.
Do you think Nigerian firms, Nigerian organizations should start looking at getting their staff involved in this market or buying to keep for their staff?
Within this side, let's also learn citizen diplomacy, see something. This is Souq business landscape.
Welcome back to Souq Business Landscape. Today is International Day for Criminal Justice. We will be looking at social contract, criminal justice, and the police, the Nigerian perspective. We have a guest online via Zoom. He is DSP, Deputy Superintendent Babasheyi Boluwatife Olusheyi. He is the Deputy Police Public Relations Officer, Lagos State Police Command. So glad to have you on Souq Business Landscape this morning.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And happy International Criminal Justice Day.
Yeah, welcome.
Now, if we look at the Police Act 2020 and every other provisions, how would you say, if you look at the Nigeria police today, how have they been faring? How have they been protecting human rights? How have they also been able to bridge that gap? We always say the police is your friend, but some people would say the police is not your friend. I'd like you to respond on that.
Thank you very much for that question. Basically, the Police Act 2020 basically domesticated some of the basic principles of law, such as the judge's rules, which says that if you arrest a person, the person should be given access to know the offense he has committed, and he should have access to his family members and a lawyer when necessary. The police has bridged those gaps because these were principles, but these have now become laws that we enforce, and we educate our personnel on a daily basis on what to do and how to do them, so that they will not breach the law and reduce the conviction rates of suspects in court. And also, I would say the police have bridged the gap, because if the police have not bridged the gap, I will not be here today as the Deputy Police Public Relations Officer at Lagos State Police Command. So we are here always to sensitize the public every chance we have, so as to make them understand that the police is moving from what they used to be. For example, we talked about police being your friend. If you don't see something and you don't see something and you don't do something about what you see, there's no way we can act on all those things. So, but we are trying to bridge the gap so that we bring social media closer to the people. How? By using our Twitter platforms, the Facebook platforms, to make people able to have access to report timely situations that happen and give us updates on necessary actions, and we act on them promptly. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Second question. Now, this Police Act promises accountability and community-based policing. How much of that is visible on ground?
Yeah, basically in the Police Act 2020, accountability of police officers is promised. How? Because we have mechanisms where police officers err. We have mechanisms that you can seek redress through. We have the complete response unit, which was expanded under this present IGP, Inspector General of Police, IGP Egbetoku Kayode. It was expanded to all states. And in Lagos State, we have our complete response units, and I will roll out the number to the general public so that it will be easier for them to have complaints against officers redressed. That's 0971. That's 111111150. So that line, if you call that line or message it on WhatsApp, we listen to your complaints and promptly respond, because most of the public don't understand that we have the complete response units in Lagos State, and this has caused a delay in addressing professional misconduct. Also, we also have the public complaint bureau, which listens to cases of complaints against officers generally too. And we have the F squad, which is the police of the police. And where police go wrong, they go around checking the professionalism of policemen. They go to the cells to check whether the people that are detained properly, and for the police to keep to timing of keeping a suspect in custody, as we know that it's 24 hours normally. So we check our own selves, and we allow the public to check us by complaining to our complete response unit, and we act appropriately on that.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Hello, DSP Oluwaseyi. It's nice and beautiful having you on Souq Business Landscape. My name is Souq. I want to hear you talk about this. First of all, most Nigerians always forget this aspect that policemen and women are also Nigerians. So it doesn't matter what or who or what uniform they wear or the arms they carry, they are also going through the same issues and problems and solutions and successes every other Nigerian is going through. But now, we want to ask, how can the police make the officers more human, more Nigerian, so the person on the other side is not seeing them as an alien? Because there is this thing in psyche, once you see a policeman, you tend to just shy away or avoid. So how can we break that gap from your side?
And from our side, basically, we are educating our officers on the fact that police is your friend is not just a mantra. It is something that you take to the society. And we relate with the society based on the fact that we are part of the society. And that's why you see policemen are basically, we live around the society itself, and we try, basically any policeman that you feel that is doing what is wrong is his own behavior he's trying to portray, not the general perception or general training or professionalism of policemen. So what we try to do is that we train our officers on human rights protocols and diplomacy on its own. And we have partnered with the Police Community Relation Committee. And we have it at every divisions and area commands. And this gives us bridge a gap between the police and the society. How do I say it bridges a gap? Because when we meet with these people, generally, they believe, wow, these people are not as tough as you think, because they will listen to them. And we have various mediums of communications. And we basically ponder on educating our officers regularly so that they won't continue making the mistake that we as a society are a separate entity, because the police is part of the society, and we always put that in their mind that every time they see any member of the society, they should act in the best interest of comradeship because that will give the people the trust that we need for them to be able to report cases where necessary and help us find solutions to situations where necessary. Thank you.
Now let's get to the criminal justice system from your side of it. Now we have this slogan, it's written in most police stations, bail is free. Now for people that are arrested for offenses that they are not charged with, why do we still see cases where people are in police stations for more than 24 hours? Maybe for wandering or for littering or for things that they are not charged to court immediately. Why do they still hold them for more than 24 hours?
I didn't hear you very much. I didn't hear you, please.
Okay, can you hear me now? Let me just move my hand.
I think maybe your microphone or something is not.
Now, I hope. Okay, let me increase my volume. Why do we still see or hear cases of people held in police detention for more than 24 hours for cases that are not charged to court, or cases that are something that are bailable?
You said you're talking about cases that are not charged to court, if I'm correct.
Yes, yes. Why do we still see or hear about people held for more than 24 hours in police stations?
Basically, when you say cases are not charged to court immediately, we have the prerogative to ask the court to grant us orders to hold a suspect for a longer period of time, where the investigations need further scrutiny. And you know that basically we can't just go to court charging somebody to court for an offense when we have not gotten our facts right. We have to be so meticulous in gathering our facts so that basically we need to get the necessary facts that will convict any suspect of every offense we are leveling against the suspect. That is why you see at times it can happen like that, but that is not a general perception of the way things happen.
Okay, thank you very much, DSP Babashei. My name is Oyin Priye Kromale. Thank you so much for joining us this morning on Souq Business Landscape. Now, an effective implementation of a criminal justice system in any nation has its own spiral positive effects in society. In Souq News Television, we deal with business, economy, and development. And we've come to understand that the effective functioning and operationalization of the police in the society builds trust between those that are being policed. In other words, the businesses that functions in society as well as a result of the presence and the operations of police going strictly by the criminal justice system to protect and to preserve the lives and properties of the people builds trust and causes business and owners of business to be safe in society and to grow. So when we talk about building trust, do you think the way the Nigerian police on the streets in Lagos most especially is being monitored by the police authority, having their eyes on him per time to make sure that they are doing the right thing?
Yes, the police authority, basically, we try to brief and the Commissioner of Police, Lagos State Police Command, CP Olondare Jimoh Moshood, always does briefing and debriefing every week for us to be able to know, assess the situations and what we can do. As you can see, most of the times where they are erring officers, the CP removes them await disciplinary measures against them, because we can't. The only way we can build trust is if we see what is wrong and we speak against it. And we, the police, do everything at our own side to weed out erring officers when necessary. As you can see today, you may check online, you must have seen that Nigerian police force is 151 senior officers are facing disciplinary measures. They are facing the first disciplinary committee based on different offenses committed. And if we are not looking for public trust, we will not discipline our own. No, there's no coverage in allowing our hours go AYR when we cannot do anything about it. But the IGP and the CP of Lagos State are acting based on complaints received. We act swiftly to remove those who will hinder the trust that the public have in us. And we try always to educate our officers on being professional. And where there's any erring officer, please inform us promptly so that we'll act on it, because we cannot be everywhere at every time. But we try to build our trust. That's why you see we are so accessible to the public. My boss, the police public relations officer at Lagos State Police Command, CSP Benjamin, then you can see his X handle is always accessible. His Facebook handle and everything is also accessible. If you have any complaints, you complain, then we act on them and we follow up. But most of the times, why you see the process eroded is because people believe that when you complain online and we call you to come and give a statement on the facts that you said happened, most complainants always shy away from coming forward. But what can we do? What are we doing? We give them assurances that your information will be treated confidentially. But for us to be able to convict any of our officers or start disciplinary measures against our officers, we must have cogent evidences which will support it. Because if we don't do what is proper, these same people, the people you hold accountable for what we don't have evidence against them, can go to court, and the court will act based on the facts before it. As you know that our court system is an adversarial system which acts on the fact-based that are submitted before it, and not an acquisitorial system which the judges or the magistrates investigate the facts themselves. So we do everything necessary by putting ourselves in a situation like situations that makes the public want to relate with us. That's why I see the PROs in all states are there for you to be able to relate. If you are scared of relating with the DPOs or anybody, but our department was created for the sole purpose of bridging the gap between the public and the police.
Thank you very much, Babashe, DSP Babashe. Now, you spoke about Benjamin Ondain. Yes, Lagosians cannot discountenance the fact that your boss actually brought this way of communication, breached the gap between Lagosians and the police force in way of communicating and reporting. But let me take it a little bit further, because when things happen in society, it will be the words, or when there's an allegation against a police officer, it will be the words of the complainant, which can be an ordinary Lagosian, versus a police officer donned in uniform, and they'll be reporting to the police. So in this particular case, before going to court, the police could seem to be a judge in its own case. Why does it seem that we do not have some of the gadgets that police in the US, in London, in other clubs have, like body cams, so that the command center is monitoring the police straight from their command centers, and they have little or nothing to rely on both the testimonies coming from both parties? That seems to be absent, and that in its way could sway the pendulum of justice towards that of the police, and not of the victim, who might be the one that's actually offended by the police officers. How do we address these gaps?
I didn't hear you, please. I didn't hear you.
Okay, why is it that we do not have body cams on the bodies of Nigerian police officers who are in every nook and cranny of Lagos State streets, carrying out policing duties for effective monitoring?
I didn't hear you, but I think you are talking about how we address the gaps to know. I didn't hear you clearly, please. But I think you are talking about how does the police address the gaps and how we monitor our officers to be efficient, if I'm correct. What we do as police officers, we have some departments that were created to police the police. We have the X squad, we have the monitoring unit, and we have also the complaint response unit. All these departments were created for the sole purpose of monitoring police officers and knowing and getting feedback from the public on police officers. For example, you must have seen an incident that happened at Ikorodu recently, where an officer attacked an Uber driver. The CP gave marching orders. Immediately, the video was seen. CP gave marching orders for the officer to be brought he underwent disciplinary measures and appropriate sanctions were given to him. So we don't, the police is not, we don't hide people who perpetrate wrongs. As far as we can see the facts that these things were done. And we act in good faith to listen very much to the public. And I hope you understand that the monitoring units and the X-Squad, their scope of duty is to monitor the nooks and crannies of Lagos and how police act in those nooks and crannies, so that we will have detailed informations and detailed professionalism of our men now and always.
Thank you very much, DSP Oluwaseyi. Now, you mentioned X-Squad. Very good one. So what my colleague was actually trying to ask you is regards to accountability. He was asking that if you look at the Department of Los Angeles Police and all these other police force outside Nigeria, they have body cams so that you can effectively monitor whatever is going on. If you look at the case of what happened in USA and all that, it was the body cam that gave us full insight of what happened. So he's asking if the Nigerian police is looking into that. Also, I'd like to ask you, talking about arrest and detention, how long can a suspect, whatever he's been alleged for, how long can he be detained in the police before he's being charged to court?
You talked about body cams. The Nigerian police is partnering with different companies and agencies on putting out some technological reforms. And we have acquired drones and a lot. But about the body cams, I'm very sure that in no distant time, you will see some reforms on that, because basically we have to start somewhere. You know that when you are driving a revolution on some issues, it starts somewhere. So the police have started and taken that leg already. We talked about the arrest of suspect, and basically the standard rule is that a suspect should not stay in custody for more than 24 hours. If there's a court order authorizing the police officer to hold a suspect for a longer time, and that's how it has been done. And where there is any situation that is reported promptly to us, we act on it and we make sure that the due process is followed properly before they are charged to court and everything.
In a case whereby a suspect is being detained beyond 24 hours, what remedy, what are the necessary actions that are, and also when you prosecute erring Nigerian police officers, are these judgments, made public?
Yes, when we punish erring officers, the judgments are made public. As you can see on our Lagos police page, you can see on the Nigerian police force page, we always put this out because we know that people believe that we do kangaroo sessions and just warn them and go, but no, we put this out. You can check. As at last month, an area officer that was deranked based on some actions he made, and he did. So you talked about if a suspect is detained more than 24 hours, you can seek redress. But I'm not aware of any detention that has been more than 24 hours in a while, because the CP is on every matter that every case that is reported, if there's a suspect, it should not exceed 24 hours and the case should be charged to court. It has been the present situation of things since I can't remember, please.
All right, thank you very much, Oluwaseyi. Please stay on the line. We'll go on a short break and we'll continue. When we come back, we'll continue the program.
Take Nigeria, because it's the mind that needs to first of all be rebranded.
It said it's going to be putting Nigerian labor, Nigeria content and materials first.
If you say Nigeria first and it is just us down here that, are pushing that agenda, it's going to be a big struggle.
Do you think Nigerian firms, Nigerian organizations should start looking at getting their staff involved in this market, or buying to keep for their staff?
Within this side, let's also learn citizens. See something. This is Souq business landscape.
My name is Shino Gbadegeshin. I'm the CEO of Gozi Micro Insurance. continue to watch Souq News.
Adenike Adeyemi, Executive Director of Faith Foundation. Keep watching Souq News.
My name is Shepherd Michael Adewale Onofuye. I enjoy you all to always watch Souq News TV.
Hey everyone, Majuli Obaje here representing Gigi. Keep watching Souq News, okay? Stay updated with Souq News.
My name is Aton Kene. I am the head of MSME banking. Please keep watching Souq News and stay glued to Souq News.
I recommend that more and more people should watch Souq News because they deal with business news.
Hi, my name is Amaka Wokolo. I am the director of the Faith Institute at Faith Foundation. Keep watching Souq News.
On the 19th of August 2025, Paris will come alive with the prestigious People's Choice Governors Awards taking place at the Gauche Hotel, Paris. The prestigious People's Choice Governors Awards is designed to celebrate governors who have contributed immensely to their states in different countries across the world. If you are a governor who's gone above and beyond to deliver transformative projects in your state and country, then this award is for you. To partake of the Governor's Excellence Awards this year taking place in Paris, all you have to do is send an email to souqnexus.com with the words, "I accept," and we will get right back to you. You can also send a WhatsApp message to the WhatsApp number scrolling on your screen right now. You don't want to miss Paris for anything, and we are looking forward to celebrating you and your achievements this year. So contact Souq Nexus to make that happen.
Take Nigeria because it's the mind that needs to first of all be rebranded.
He said he's going to be putting Nigerian labor, Nigeria content and materials first.
If you say Nigeria first and it is just us down here that, are pushing that agenda, it's going to be a big struggle.
Do you think Nigerian firms, Nigerian organizations should start looking at getting their staff involved in this market or buying to keep for their staff?
Within this side, let's also learn citizen diplomacy. See something. This is Souq business landscape.
Welcome back to Souq Business Landscape. Today is International Criminal Justice, and we're still talking to Babasheyi Boluwatife Oluwaloseye. He is the Deputy Public Police Relations Officer, Lagos State Command. So glad to have you on today's program.
Thank you very much.
All right, Chooks.
Okay, thank you very much, and thanks for staying. It's not every day we get to see a very handsome policeman looking like you. We wish everyone on the streets is looking the way you look. It would be really nice. But now we know we have a serious problem of prison congestion. That you also know. But we have serious issues where people that were arrested for wandering, truancy, things that are not really serious, end up in prisons, either awaiting trial or things that we just can't really put our hands on. And we know what the legal system looks like. What is the police doing from your end to ensure that cases that can really be solved at police stations don't get these young men or young women to the prisons to go spend part of their lives?
Yeah, thank you very much for that question. The Nigerian police, basically, we not always send people to charge people to court. We do alternative dispute resolution where necessary. And then where you see that somebody is charged to court and you feel that it is wrongful, but you see, most of the times the public on their own basically do a media trial of the police in basic circumstances, because where there is somebody charged, where somebody is charged to court and the person is remanded in the prison, the case has not yet started yet. He's remanded awaiting trial. So we have not even allowed the police to open his own evidence. And we are judging the police already. How? That is not fair. Because if you feel that we are arresting for wandering, have you seen the charge sheet? Do you know the facts? Do you know the evidences the police is going to portray in the case? No. we are trying, we as Nigerians should stop media trial of situations, because if we continue like this, we'll be exposing the community to a lot of danger. As I once said, that the Nigerian police engages in alternative dispute resolution. It's not all situations that go to court. For example, we see that there are situations that can be settled among the parties, and it will not cause animosity. We try and see how we weave in and settle those situations. We try and see how we prevent future disasters from happening by collaborating and making people see the reasons why they should love themselves more. That is why we sensitize. You see that we have initiatives like the Poker Cup. We have initiatives that work towards fostering community building, and this on its own is an alternative way of solving issues in society.
Very much. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, Babashe Boluwatife Odusei, thank you so much for your response concerning that question. Now, I want to talk about training of the Nigerian police force as a way of equipping them in order to carry out effectively their policing duties, most especially in Lagos State, because that's your domain. I've had conversation with a few police officers. In fact, when I was in the university, I had a police officer as a coursemate. But one of the things he told me was that this degree or this extra degree is going to earn, extra certificate is going to get for himself after school may not be recognized by the police force and may not be used as a yardstick or as a criteria for his promotion, that there were regulations and laws in the police force barring that. But recently, I got from another police officer who is currently running a master's program in one of the foremost universities in the country, and that, yes, there was an existence of such law, but the current administration outlawed such law that will prevent Nigerian police from, or police people who are in the force from, going ahead to acquire more training with regards to education. So I need you to clarify this on that information.
Can I go on?
Yes.
Yeah, basically, there is always a clear cut. Everybody that is joining the Nigerian police force knows the cadre is joining. If you are joining as a constable, you know you are joining as a constable, and the requirements are expressly stated. If you are joining as an inspector of police and you are joining as through short service, the requirements are clearly stated. This is your entry requirements, and this is what you used to enter the police force. And as I went to the academy, Nigerian Police Academy. I was there for 5 years. The entry requirements are very clear. There's nothing to change about them. If you get a degree in the police force, it's a very good thing for you, your personal stuff, and we are happy it influences your professionalism and helps your service to the country as a whole. But when all these things, our entry points are clearly stated, this is what you should use to get to this point. You can't expect the rules to be bent, because if the rules are bent and it's good to go to school, and everybody is going to school, who is going to do the police work? But the police, we have made a lot of programs that help to educate our officers, and we grant our officers study leave for you to go and study what you want to study. But we can't amend the rules when we know that at that entry point that people are entering through, that you feel that you are up to, there were criteria that were met before those people could enter through that point. So everybody should, promotion in Nigerian police is something that is based on availability of vacancies. We don't just promote people without there being vacancies to be promoted. So because of the fact that everybody is going to school, we acknowledge the fact that going to school is very good, but we can't just break the rules. Because if everybody meets the requirement, everybody has a master's degree and everybody has a PhD, should we promote everybody at the same time, please? No.
Thank you so much. Sorry, I had to butt in here. So, in other words, if I enter the police force as a BSc holder, the laws existent in the police force will not afford me the opportunity of doing a master's or doing a PhD or getting further degrees in the police force. If I am clear, that is exactly what you are saying.
I didn't hear you. Come again, please.
Okay, so if I'm very, very clear about what you're saying, if I enter the police force, whether with my school cert at secondary school, or I enter the police force as a holder of HND, or maybe I came in as a BSc holder, I cannot further to MSc or PhD.
No, wait, let me cut you there, please. You can further. That's why I said you have to take the leave of the IG for you to further your education. That is the general rules. All these people you said that they got their degrees, they should confide in you truly. How did they get their degrees? Did they take the leave of the Inspector General of Police? No, but we encourage people to go to school. But it's not that because we encourage people to go to school, but we also encourage you to play your roles too. And we have a lot of people that have PhDs, that are professors in the Nigerian police, but is that a requirement only for them to be promoted? You know, when you get your degree, they say it's learning and character. When there's vacancies, people are promoted. And you can see, during this Inspector General of Police, there has been a lot of promotions due to the fact that vacancies have been arising and there have been interviews, people are writing exams for promotions, and anybody that meets the requirements are promoted duly. So even if as of now, I'm a lawyer, but I know that basically every rank has its own responsibility. And I follow the responsibility of my rank as it is. And when I'm due for promotion, I'm promoted duly. And the police force doesn't withhold people's promotion for no reason, except there are different issues involved.
Very much, DSP Oluwalose. Now, looking at criminal justice, what steps has the Nigerian police force taken to protect minors, women, during arrest, interrogation, and detention? And also, are there channels, are there desks for these people, and how effective are they?
Yes, we have, in Lagos State Police Command, we have the gender unit, which is headed by an Assistant Commissioner of Police. And we have sped up the adjudications. We have sped up cases referring to gender, that's sexually based offenses, and we partner with the DSVA on these issues, DSVA in Lagos, so that if there are cases promptly reported on sexual violence or related issues, the gender unit takes charge of it immediately and assess the facts provided, make sure these are things that are speedily taken to court, and they follow it promptly. And these people are trained professionally. This gender unit is trained professionally in gender-based violence, and it also covers issues that deals with children and women generally. So we have dedicated departments that work on those issues. They are working their office here is in Ikeja GRA. Where there are any complaints in the division, the complaints are transferred promptly to the gender unit for proper adjudication and processing.
Have they also recorded any success from the inception? What are the success stories? Can you share some of them with us?
Yes, I can share some of them with you after this discourse. But basically, I can tell you the success rate is very high, because when we bridge that gap of shortening how gender cases are handled and giving it to the people that are professionally trained for those purposes, we had more successes in court. But we can't always bring out the successes because we are trying to cover up, the victims have to be protected at all costs. I'm sure you understand that. We can't, because these children that are affected by gender-based violence or sexually assaulted, we can't come out and say, and because of the future of the child and the future of other necessary parties involved for their safety, we can't just come out and be portraying these successes, because no matter how these successes are important to us, it gives us this nostalgic, this feeling that we reflect back and understand that these people have to be protected at all costs.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I will want you to educate us on this, because where we are right now, we need to know to get ourselves out of any possible trouble in the future. We get to see where crime is committed, let's say serious crime is committed in a location, and police has to come in and do something immediately. When they come, they arrest everybody, if possible, even the goat. Now we want to know this crime by association or this crime by being present. How should people react in this sort of cases when this kind of crimes are committed in a location, knowing fully well that the police is going to come? How is it going to make it easy for people to be able to single out those that were part of it and those that participated, and not being afraid of police carrying everybody?
I didn't hear you, please. I didn't hear you. I think the person in the center, his mic is always very audible. The person in the center, but your mic is not audible, please.
Okay, I am looking at and asking that we need your advice on this. When a crime is committed in a location, let's say something serious, and the police come to make an arrest, most times what we see is that the police arrest everybody available. As long as they can see you within that vicinity, they will arrest you. How can the police make it easy for people to identify who are those involved and not be afraid of being taken away? Hello?
All right. Oluwaloshe, DSP, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you now.
So what my colleague is just trying to ask is, if, for instance, there is a crime or a crime being committed at a particular location and the police are invited or they have to get involved, when they come, they arrest everybody around that vicinity. So my colleague is trying to ask that, is this normal, and how can the police address this?
Okay, basically, when there is you say they will arrest everybody, I won't agree with you that they arrest everybody at the crime scene. But basically, when you get to a crime scene, basically, we cannot manufacture evidence outside the crime scene. People are arrested, and when they are arrested, they are interrogated. Those that are not, when we interrogate them and we see that they have no issues with the crime that was committed, they are released. You arresting somebody doesn't make the person a criminal. You arresting somebody makes the person a suspect. And when the investigation is concluded, you see that most of these people are let to go off the hook because they have nothing to answer pertaining to the crime that has been committed. And so this is a general principle everywhere. Basically, anybody that is relevant to a crime scene is basically arrested or interrogated first to get the necessary facts. For example, if somebody was mobbed and you can't get people that you come to the crime scene, what do you do first? You communicate with people at the crime scene. If they are like, please, what happened here? What are the facts and everything? You get the necessary facts from them. Why you get them on record is why we arrest them, because you take them to or you invite them, you take them to the police station so that we can get this necessary facts from them. And when they are not culpable, they are released. Because you can hear sometimes police arrest 20 people, but at the end of the day, we are pursuing like 5 or 3, because those are the ones we see that are culpable for the crimes that was committed.
All right, Oluwaloshe, thank you very much. Now, in response to this, you said, of course, when you arrest certain people, it doesn't necessarily mean they are convicts. You have to carry out. So my question is, do you carry out investigations before you narrow down your suspect, or do you just arrest everybody involved in that crime or you see around that vicinity? Do you carry out investigations before even going to that crime scene?
I told you before, as I stated before, I said we don't arrest everybody within the crime scene. I said we look at, as I've been an investigator, I've been a divisional crime officer before, and I know when there's a scene, for example, where somebody was mobbed, and we were given information, what we do, we come to the crime scene. After coming to the crime scene, we assess the crime scene, we profile everybody, we look at everybody and see who we can get the necessary facts from. And we invite them. That doesn't make them culpable. Because we want them to be able to confide in us and tell us what happened at the scene. Because we can't get the facts if we don't get people that were at the scene, the necessary people. I won't say all the people as you portrayed.
Thank you so much. Now, from me to you, I think it's from myself and my colleagues throwing questions left, right, and center to you. Now, let's look into the police in a different way, most especially in Lagos. Lagos is a big state, and according to data, the Lagos State Security Trust Fund has said that it will require about 99 billion naira to kit about 33,000 police officers that is required to really effectively police a population like Lagos. So what are some of the challenges that Lagos State Police, or let me say in extension, the Nigerian police are faced, that if the government resolves today, policing will become more effectively than we are currently than we are currently experiencing?
Yeah, basically, we are the Lagos State government on always coming to the rescue, coming to collaborate with the police on a lot of initiatives. Like recently, the Lagos State CP Olawudare Jimoh, established the Eco Strike Force, which is an elite force which helps in rapid response. And basically, this would have not been possible without the Lagos State government and the Lagos State Security Trust Fund. So basically, with continuous collaboration from all state actors and non-state actors alike, the police will become more efficient, because we know that basically we cannot tell you when the patrol van is going to break down. We cannot tell you, nobody can say that this is when the patrol van will break down, this is when there will be no light in the station or anything. But with the continuous collaboration of the Lagos State Security Trust Fund, the Police Community Relation Committee, and a lot of well-meaning Nigerians, the Lagos State Police is balancing up to its duties, and with continuous collaboration, we'll get better, as I've said. Thank you very much.
Are there any challenges that you're experiencing in effectively policing Lagos State?
There are challenges, but we are facing them headlong with collaboration, as I said. I explained to you that the Eco Strike Force was just established, and without the partnership of the government, we would have not had patrol vans for it. So the government is helping us bridge that gap too. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to relate it to a present circumstance, not trying to complain, because we have to always work with what we have and collaborate when necessary to get the better equipment we need. And that is what the Lagos State Police is doing. And we have the RRS, as you know. You can know how effective the RRS is in Lagos. We have the task force. We know all this is a collaboration between the Lagos State Police and the state government. And I will tell you that there's no other state in Nigeria that collaborates with the Nigerian police like the Lagos State government to meet its quota and do better as an institution, or a federal institution.
Okay, now outside this climb, I hope you're hearing me. Outside this climb, when we see some form of criminality, there is an identity that goes with it. Let's say a sexual offender, there is a data from the police. Same for aggravated criminals. Do we have that kind of data and follow-up here in Lagos, Nigeria, where the police just knows, okay, in this particular area, or this particular person, or this particular set of people are red flags in this particular district?
I'm not hearing you again. Your voice, I think the person in the center, his microphone is audible, please.
All right. We do apologize for that. But in rounding up, I remember earlier on you mentioned a public complaint number. Could you repeat that number so that people listening can actually take cognizance of that?
0971. That's 1111150.
Thank you very much, DSP Babasheyi Boluwatife Oluwalosheyi. Thank you very much for your impactful knowledge this morning. We do hope that we will also hear from you again.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate the kind gesture and the warmly reception. Thank you very much.
All right, it's still Souq Business Landscape. Today is International Day for Criminal Justice. We'll go on a short break, and when we come back, we'll continue with the program. Stay tuned.
Take Nigeria because it's the mind that needs to first of all be rebranded.
Idris said he's going to be putting Nigerian labor, Nigeria content and materials first.
If you say Nigeria first and it is just us down here that, are pushing that agenda, it's going to be a big struggle.
Do you think Nigerian firms, Nigerian organizations should start looking at getting their staff involved in this market or buying to keep for their staff?
Within this side, let's also learn citizen diplomacy. See something. This is Souq Business Landscape.
At the Africa Development Studies Center, ADSC, we are committed to driving sustainable growth and development across Africa through innovative training and research. Our mission: empowering leaders, policymakers, and professionals with the tools they need to create lasting change. With customized training, dynamic research programs, and study exchanges on leadership, management, and other critical development topics, ADSC offers a platform for exchanging cutting-edge ideas and global best practices. We provide comprehensive services in research and consultancy, capacity building and training, education programs, publishing and knowledge sharing. Our esteemed faculty, composed of seasoned experts and researchers, ensures a learning experience that is insightful and practical. We specialize in policy development, implementation strategies, monitoring, and evaluation. At ADSC, learning is engaging and enjoyable. Our unique methodology includes talks, interactive exercises, games, video screenings, and lively seminar discussions, all in a comfortable and friendly environment. Ready to make an impact? For more information, email us at info@adstudycenter.com or call +234 912 439 2362. Visit us today at www.adstudycenter.com to explore our programs and upcoming events. Africa Development Studies Center, rethinking development for Africa.
Welcome to Femi Walsh Limited, owners of Souq TV Lagos, Our Radio Lagos, Kaswa Radio Kano, and of course Emirates TV Abuja and Dubai. Our niche market for media is business, economy, and development. At Femi Walsh, we promote your company's products and services using our world-class facilities. From our radio to Souq TV, what you get is nothing but the best of the very best. And if you're looking for the premium production firm for your events and corporate coverage, think no further, because we offer you the best of industry standards. With high-definition cameras ranging from 4K to 8K multicam setups, high-directional microphones, and real-time streaming encoders, we give you a production like none other. And if you're looking to produce podcasts, adverts, and documentaries, our team of experts will ensure that you convey your message clearly and professionally. Femi Walsh, Global Vision, Local Impact.
At the Africa Development Studies Center, ADSC, we are committed to driving sustainable growth and development across Africa through innovative training and research. Our mission: empowering leaders, policymakers, and professionals with the tools they need to create lasting change with customized training, dynamic research programs, and study exchanges on leadership, management, and other critical development topics. ADSC offers a platform for exchanging cutting-edge ideas and global best practices. We provide comprehensive services in research and consultancy, capacity building and training, education programs, publishing and knowledge sharing. Our esteemed faculty, composed of seasoned experts and researchers, ensures a learning experience that is insightful and practical. We specialize in policy development, implementation strategies, and monitoring and evaluation. At ADSC, learning is engaging and enjoyable. Our unique methodology includes talks, interactive exercises, games, video screenings, and lively seminar discussions, all in a comfortable and friendly environment. For more information, email us at info@adstudiescenter.com or call +234 912 039 2362. Visit our website, www.adstudiescenter.com, to explore our programs and upcoming events. Africa Development Studies Center, rethinking development for Africa.
Take Nigeria because it's the mind that needs to first of all be rebranded.
Idris said he's going to be putting Nigerian labor, Nigeria content and materials first.
If you say Nigeria first and it is just us down here that, are pushing that agenda, it's going to be a big struggle.
Do you think getting their staff involved